up early with it. Wanted to get this recap out the way. Black Horseman here. Shout out to the playback. Out the gate, I want to shout out Lisa Bells and Charles D. For making it possible for me to enjoy the fights this weekend with the updates and the links and directing me to the right sources to enjoy this Ring 4. I believe it's the Riyadh season Ring 4 card. Um, I'm gonna just go down a list and not try to be that long and just grade the performances. I'm gonna start. Let me share my screen. I'll take a moment. There's a button with a thumbs up. Go ahead and tap that, and we're gonna get into this real quick. Who we gonna start with? David Benavidez, man. I'm gonna start there. The main event. David Benavidez is like probably my second favorite fighter in boxing, man. Like officially, one of those guys who still gets cast in the shadows despite all the great performances he shows us fight after fight. And when you watching a boxer that you're a fan of, you get a little nervous sometimes, because you like, I know that the boxers that I'm a fan of, they want all the smoke. And I be like, damn, that come with a price sometimes. You still be wanting all the smoke. They willing to fight, tough competition, go up in weight, dare to be great, challenge the best there or whatnot. And it'd be risky. So I'm like, damn, this motherfucker David Benavidez, here we go again. Another, you know, and Yar was swole than a motherfucker for this fight. I was like, oh shit, man. Come on, David. Don't trade with this man. He beat the entire shit out of Anthony Yard, man. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it, man. Cause I had gave Anthony Yard a lot of respect. He's one of them guys too. Shout out to the UK, man. One of them guys too from the UK that will fight anybody. You know, not scared to get in there and challenge himself. A lot of people have avoided David Benavidez. Not Anthony Yard. He's cut from a different cloth. Man, what I tell you, they had about 5, 6 different cloths on standby for this man. Leaking face, blood everywhere. Knots, Berry Farm, man. You know, not a good performance from Anthony Yard, man. It's usually not a good performance from anybody who dares to get in front of David Benavidez. And you know what's so crazy about David Benavidez is that regular built don't really look, super intimidating or nothing like that until fight night. When that bell ring, it's like it's different. Everything changes. Because I talked about this in my last live stream playback. I talked about how I like the mentality of the individuals that's nice people, but will whoop your ass. Don't ever get it twisted. David Benavidez is one of those people. Really a nice guy, respectful, will probably do anybody's interview that will stop him, take a picture. Really good guy. Sign an autograph, you know. But when that bell rings, none of that shit matters. All that shit it's almost like every insult that he heard when he was younger, being fat, overweight and shit. It's like he think about that when he in the ring. And he unleashes hell on his opponents, man. Every time. From Caleb Plant to Demetrius Andrade to whoever jumps in there with this man. you know, ridiculous speed for his size, man, and just will walk you the fuck down with a relentless pressure and aggression that like you've never seen. And I agree with David Benavidez. He said in the post-fight interview that nobody else did Anthony Yard like that. Obliterated. And if I'm not mistaken, Anthony Yard is now contemplating retirement. That is the type of fighter David Benavidez is, man. You know, and this is why I said, a lot of these people, before Canelo got his third loss this year versus Bud, I was just like, man, why do y'all hate on David Benavidez so much? Just because, you know, uh, he kept knocking on the door of Canelo, telling his bitch ass to come outside. Y'all mad at y'all be mad at athletes that do that. Like, what type of era are we in? You know? But all this man ever wanted to do was prove that he's better than this guy that y'all say is the face of boxing. And he never got the opportunity. So therefore he gotta take it out on everybody else. And you know what I noticed about David Benavidez? He's not even pleased with the shit. You could tell, like, yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. I already knew I was gonna whoop his ass. Now, Bivol, anybody else? Matter of fact, he calling out Zerto. I'm like, are you kidding me? Now you're gonna go up to fight Zerto Ramirez? Gilberto? Good goodness gracious, man. What does it take for y'all to be fans of certain fighters, man? This guy actually gets he is really the only fighter that I've seen that on a consistent basis gets in front of guys who I feel has more skills than him. You know, a lot more slick, better defense and all that. I'd be like, yeah, I don't know, David. Dude kind of slick, man. Dude is, undefeated, dude. He shocked me with the Plant fight. He shocked me with the Demetrius Andre shit. Dude just keeps shocking me, man. And they be guys that I'd be like, you know what, man? They've been in videos. You be in there, man, trying to fight people, and dudes be doing pull counters and shit, and you ain't concerned about that. And every time he signed a contract with one of these so-called elite boxers, he gets rid of them. I'd be like, goodness gracious, man. Different cloth. Man, I am kind of low-key biased because I'm a Cali nigga too. So, he from Cali. But still, man, it don't matter where these individuals are from. David Benavidez he's fucking them all up, man. So I wanted to start there, man. Big flame of fame too. My second favorite fighter in boxing, man. Bud is first. I got David second. I think Usyk is third. I have a hell of a roster. I don't be having no little chaps, on my motherfucking roster, man. But David up there, man, for sure, for sure. And still, and then I think they threw another belt in there, so I think he's unified now. So I don't know, man, with these gratuity belts or I don't know what they're doing, man. That's why I say these belts be an issue. But belt or not, man, David's been belts ass on everybody. You know what I'm saying? And Bud better ever not. Shout out to Bud whooping Canelo ass, but you better not ever in your life jump in there with David. You just stupid if you do that. And I think Bud understands the assignment that that's not the way to go. So shout out to David Benavidez, man. Great for boxing, man. Fuck what y'all talking about. This man is great for boxing. He makes you, you know, love the sport. If it was if and boxing ain't been on a slump or a down slump or nothing, but if it was, David will pick the shit back up and make you be like, you know what, boxing all right, man. Fuck all this Jake Paul and Tank and AJ shit. David Benavidez makes us stay excited about this sport. All right, man. I'm gonna move on to shout out to the young champ, man. The youngest champ, Abdullah Mason. He took on Sam Noakes. This might have been fight of the night, man. It was really competitive. It was back and forth. It was tight, man. It was a tight fight. I'm gonna be real, man. Out of all the winners, I got to give Abdullah Mason the worst grade. Of course, I give. Excuse me, I didn't even give him the homie his grade. A plus, plus plus. David Benavidez. I gotta give young Abdullah Mason in his first title fight. I gotta get a little homie C minus, bro. I gotta be real, man. I know I'm kind of being harsh. I like Abdullah Mason. I'm still a fan of him, man, but he took a lot of punishment in this fight. You know, Um, and I just hope going forward they can get the right people in training camp to help him. Get somebody that's gonna help him work on his defense. I get it. The guy's very, he's aggressive. He likes to, press forward and he's an exciting fighter, man. A lot of devastating body shots and uppercuts he be landing. It's beautiful. It's absolutely a wonder as far as his offense. But man, when you get in front of a tough, durable, heavy-handed opponent, man, you must be more careful defensively, man. Because if y'all notice after the fight, Dula Mason didn't look too good, man. I was like, damn, is he good? Because like he was blinking funny, and I was like, it was almost like the light started bothering him. So he may have a low key concussion or something. He was getting hit with some shit in there, man. I was like, God damn, you know. That's what I don't be liking. Like when I don't know. A lot of people be liking that shit. Dudes to just get their ass fucked up, get their face blazed up and get their hand raised. I don't be liking that shit. I'm okay with a clean performance. Fuck what the haters talking about, man. You can be quit writing or quit stand there. Fuck that, man. Fight your fight, you know. And I think he really could have made this an easier fight. He even admitted he fought Sam Noakes' fight, and that was a mistake, man. Don't ever fight nobody else's fight. Sometimes there are fighters that force you to fight their fight. You just gotta do what you gotta do. Like I remember when Floyd fought Maidana, it was like you don't have no choice. Okay, that man Maidana foot feints and his shit was different. So Floyd had to fight Maidana's fight to get that. Well, I don't think Dula Mason had to do that, man. I just felt like he could have been, you know, used his jab more, kept his distance. He got to stop getting hit with these right hands, bro. It was just getting, hooks. He was just body shots too. He was vulnerable to body. I saw him get hurt too to the body. A lot of things they need to work on defensively with Abdullah Mason. But shout out to him, man. He's the youngest champ in the game right now. So respect to him. But work on your defense. I take a lot of points away when somebody get punished pretty much to a victory. And that's what I felt. You got punished in there, man. You won the fight, but you was getting pieced, man. And I just don't want to see young home. He too young to be getting punished like that. I would feel the same way if I was seeing who else is young like that that shouldn't be getting pieced up like Nico Ali Wash. Like, bro, why are you getting punished like this? Shit like that, like, bro, young ass Shane Mosley Jr. Like, come on, man. But yeah, who else? We gonna move to the next man. Shout out to San Antonio's own Bam Bam Rodriguez. Um, I think he had the second best. No, he didn't have the second best performance. It's between him and Haney, but Bam Bam Rodriguez, man, is definitely in my top five pound for pound. Um, I still don't have him ahead of Bivol yet on my list. I got the Bud Usyk in the way, Bivol, and then I got Bam. You know, he's unified. He got three of the belts. I do forget if he's 118 or 122. He's down there in them weight classes, but the dude is just incredible, man. And not to even be on some racial shit, but I'll just be like, to be Hispanic, I've never seen, I think, a fighter fight like this, man. The stuff he does in there, the angles, and bro, Bam Rodriguez is a special fighter, bro. Special fighter. Like, Hispanic community, y'all ain't got shit to be worried about, man. Fuck all this Canelo shit. This Bam Bam Rodriguez, bruh, incredible fighter. You know, that whole, and shout out to the Argentinian, but man, that whole flashy, being cocky, and thinking that, oh, throwing haymakers, that shit ain't gonna work with somebody like Bam Rodriguez, man. He gonna time you. He gonna take his time. He gonna be relaxed in the pocket. You know, his composure level to be so damn young is insanely. It's insane, man. It's insane. Like his composure level is like them guys that's been in the game, multiple years and won in um multi weight classes and shit. Composure level of like Floyd and them when they was, you know, Canelo and Bud, and his composure and focus level is up there. I'm like, wow, you know, ain't nothing gonna get him distracted. He gonna stick to the assignment. Robert Garcia, hey man, back to back weekends, I believe. But you got the Virgil Ortiz victory over Erickson Lubin, and you got Bam Rodriguez. So shout out to, when it's all said and done, man. Robert Garcia is going to be mentioned with some of the greatest trainers, you know, because it ain't just a one dude, like a Reynoso type shit. I have Canelo. Who else then, nigga? Robert Garcia got multiple champs, man. You know, reigning champs, defending champs, new champs, and all the guys he trained be wanting smoke for the most part, from what I be seeing. Virgil need to step the fuck up though, get the title, man. I'm tired of that, whatever. That's a different topic. But for the most part, man, high 90 something percentage of Robert Garcia's fighters be about that action, man. And they ain't just Mexican style. They got skills. Skills. They know how to hit and not get hit. You know? Say what Bam Bam Rodriguez did in there. Forgot the damn dude's name. But that don't even matter, man. This is about Bam Rodriguez, man. You know. The mere fact that this guy, I think the dude name was Martinez that he fought, but he got cooked. You know. You get some of these animated fighters that be like to make all these noises when they throw punches. A lot of that shit don't be landing, man. You know. So work on landing with all that. You know. So Bam Rodriguez was quiet, quietly beating the shit out of this dude. So yeah, man, great. Pretty much all the fighters that I expected and wanted to win, they won. You know, Mason, I wanted to win, become the youngest, champ. Rising superstar. Dave Benavidez, of course. Bam Rodriguez. And I was like, yeah, man. You know, I need him to stay on my list, at the top of my list. My pound for pound list, and putting belt to ass like he normally do, breaking them down, round by round. There ain't no rush. You got 12 rounds. I'm gonna take my time. Hit you with a few of these jabs, see what you like to do, take that shit away from you, and then I'm gonna start walking you down. Because you're gonna be frustrated, you're gonna be winded a little bit because you're gonna be missing shots with all them haymakers. You know, and next thing you know, I'm gonna just touch you, poop, poop, body shot, head shot, poop, 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 poop. Next thing you know, start putting more power behind them shots. Then next thing you know, you touching the canvas, man. And your knees hitting the canvas on some Kaepernick type shit. So shout out to the man. A lot of niggas been Kaepernick this year for sure. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Um, Big Flame of Fame and shout out to Bam Rodriguez, man. Undefeated and still one more belt to get to put your you know what I mean, your name up there with the great greats. You know, that's what I say. You would be higher on my list probably if you would have had that undisputed. The undisputed holds some weight on my list, man, where you can pretty much dominate your division, become numero uno without a dispute. That's what undisputed mean. Ain't no dispute about it. You numero uno. and he one fight away. I gotta look, with them lower weight ass niggas, man. I don't really be following them like that. I follow Baron Rodriguez, but not everybody else. So I gotta figure out who the other champ is and see, what's the last little belt he gotta collect. Yeah, let me get to the the last one, man. And get out your way, man, because this is an early stream, and I'll see if there's any comments. Um, Last but not least, man, Devin the Dream, man. The dream continues, and still undefeated. And this time he's a champ in a new weight class. He's a welterweight champ. He dismantled Brian Norman Jr., um, a fighter who had pretty much had his clout elevated off a devastating knockout. Probably was a KO. What was that, last year? Over Jen Sasaki or whatever. Great knockout, and a lot of the mistake that people made in their mind was that, ooh, this guy's a devastating hooker. He throw that left hook. It's quick, snappy or whatever. Because they saw how the success that Ryan had, and they just felt that Devin Haney, he's vulnerable to the left hook. All Norman got to do is walk through Devin Haney's shots and land a left hook, and everything will be good. You know, and I did my, people can go back if they want. If they ain't got time, they ain't got time. But I did my my prediction video. I talked about how Devin Haney is still one of the most hated fighters in 2025, and y'all can check that out if you want to. But yeah, man, I talked about how I just gave my own personal breakdown on it, and I was saying that I hope that the Normans aren't thinking in their mind that Devin can't hurt them, because in their mind they kept saying, oh, we gonna hurt him, y'all gonna see, all that stuff. Because I seen that, I mentioned how I noticed that with Regis, it was a similar situation. Devin Haney going up in weight, challenging the champ, and they thinking like, oh man, this little drained ass nigga, you ain't gonna do shit. My weight class, and they thought Regis thought he was gonna be able to just walk Devin Haney down and walk through punches. Like, oh man, this dude pillow puncher, because he be listening to social media and people be fall feeding into that, like this motherfucker don't got reach, like the motherfucker don't have size, and like he don't have speed, which translate into power. You know, when you get landed clean, when it's clean connections. But anyhow, man, Brian Norman made the same mistake Regis did early on, trying to walk, show he's the bigger man, stronger guy, bigger puncher, and he tried, to walk Devin Haney down, and the punch that everybody thought Brian Norman was gonna have success, you know, with it was the punch that Haney had the success with, which is the left hook. He hurt him with the left hook that got him in trouble. He was, jiggly legged or whatever, and Devin Haney, went in there. He noticed it and clipped him with the right hand. Kaepernick, have a seat. And actually, got in his face like, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Told y'all. Who else was beat him down, beat you down? Who else? Told y'all. That's what he needed to do. Devin Haney, like I said before, one of the most hated fighters, man, in boxing, bro. Um, Shout out to Roger May. A lot of y'all don't know shit about boxing. Y'all want this man to just fight out of character and beat somebody else, man. He still has the quickest, probably, one of the quickest feet in boxing, hand speed, and IQ. Regardless of whatever you want to say, man. We did see how Devin Haney was able to handicap Brian Norman Jr. And I brought up in my last video when I was breaking this fight down. When I saw how suspect Brian Norman defense was, when he fought Centilin or whatever that guy was, because that was really the only fight I watched, and I said, oh no, this is not gonna get it done. No, sir. Because one thing a lot of y'all dismiss when you watching, some of y'all's favorite fighters is the defense category. I guess I'm a football nigga. I started from that, so I got to analyze both sides. But defense, especially when I was playing cornerback, I'm analyze offense. Like, oh, this is what you like to do. All right, pick. or whatever, shut down corner, and I play a little bit running back. But it's just like I analyze both sides. A lot of y'all just looking at, oh man, the offense, and that's probably why I'm a Steelers fan. I like I pay attention to defense, and Brian Norman doesn't have any, you know. Like Floyd Senior said to Shane Mosley Senior, when he fought Floyd Mayweather. He said, "My son he's quicker, he's slicker," and he looked over at Shane and he said, "And he don't have no defense." Same thought I had looking at Brian Norman. Haney's quicker, he's slicker, and you don't have no defense, man. None, you know. And that was your best bet, was landing a big shot, because you know what I mean. You slow as molasses, you're flat-footed, you know, and this is something we have seen before. There's no disrespect to him. Shout out to him for manning up, because a lot of people are going to keep using excuses not to fight Devin. And Norman didn't use an excuse to duck Devin Haney. He gave him an opportunity, because a lot of people was ducking Devin Haney as soon as as soon as he made the decision to move up to 47. A lot of people was not with it, you know, ducking and dodging promotions, man. But new WBO champ at welterweight. So get in your comments sections, and people's videos, and do your tweets, and bot it out, bot community or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I said in that video, man, his clout is going to go up because of his haters. Because a lot of y'all hate success. A lot of y'all hate winners. And somebody in his age group, he's way ahead of his peers, man. Way ahead. You know, Not even comparable at this point, man. Um, Shakur was doing, I respect Shakur, but that extra notch is, they both have won it with 3 weight classes now, but his resume is better than Shakur's, and he got an undisputed on his resume, so he's ahead of Shakur, man. I like Shakur. I'm not saying he'll beat Shakur. I don't know who will win that fight. That's a hell of a fight, but I know Shakur really ain't calling his name out no more like that. Even though in different weight classes, he's calling out Tank, and you helping Jake Paul and shit get prepared for fights, and now you entertain Goofy Teofimo, who really don't want smoke with nobody. The biggest capper in boxing. But what do I know, right? But yeah, man. Congratulations to Devin Haney, and flame of shame to Eddie Hearn and Conor Ben. Y'all some hoes, man. Y'all some straight up hoe ass motherfuckers, man, in the sport. You know, Insane work, man. And it's crazy how soon as Devin Haney dropped Brian Norman, the shock on Conor being face. And then at the end of the fight, y'all disrespecting this man. Oh, nobody want to see him fight. He runs, you whoop the whoop, and hey man, look, we get it, man. Y'all, that is y'all set up, you know, to not fight the man. That is y'all excuse, man. To try to, manipulate the media so the boxing fans will be like, yeah, yeah, man, nobody want to see Devin Haney. Nobody want to see him fight. When all these people picking Brian Norman to beat Devin Haney. So yeah, man, y'all don't want to see the man continue to succeed. So keep crying, doing what y'all doing. Like I said, bot it out. You know what I mean? Do y'all little bot shit, man, in the comment sections, and disgruntled ass shit y'all do, man. Shit weak. You know what I mean? So he's another one of my favorite fighters, man, because he dares to be great. As far as his age group, he's ahead of all of them guys, man. He's doing what a lot of them are not doing, you know, and he's a leader. Devin Haney is a leader. Tank is a whole. Y'all gonna hype Tank over him. Y'all gonna hype Shakur and all these other guys, but they're not doing shit compared to what he's doing. You know what I mean? The resume is shitty, you know, and motherfuckers don't want to run rematches back, because they're just soft. Tank, you're just soft, man. You know, if it's a female, you want to throw hands quick. You know, when people talk about Lamont, now you got something else to do. Sit your whole ass down somewhere. You know, and your cheerleading ass fans, man, have several seats. You know, it's time for y'all to applaud greatness and not little champ shit. It's a bad look on you. You know, it's not a bad look on me. It's a bad look on you because a lot of y'all keep supporting this stupid shit. Ignorance is bliss promotions, man. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, find bliss in something else, you idiots. Yeah, at the end of the day, man, Devin Haney, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Collecting checks, collecting belts, and putting belts to ass, man. And not even getting touched. I was trying to look like, damn, do he even have a cut? Is it a knot? Anything? No? Oh, damn. This motherfucker clean. He ain't got no marks, man. Brian Norman had a knot, like a big knot on his eye, fucked up, bloody nose, and couldn't even, keep his eyes up. Kept looking down and shit. Keep your head up and all of that, man. But you got your motherfucking ass whooped. You know what I mean? And that's why people avoid boxers. Boxers. Really skilled boxers. Y'all keep making excuses not to fight boxers. You know, because every time y'all fight them, you get cooked. And all y'all be doing is all these opponents y'all keep talking about, oh yeah, he gonna knock him out. He gonna knock him out. And all I be simply saying is, well, what happens if he don't land that shit? Is he gonna win? Is he gonna win on the scorecard? Idiots. Super, knockout fans. Shout out to y'all, but no, man. If you can't land, if you can't make adjustments, if you don't have a plan B, you will get your ass beat. Simple shit, man. Simple math. A lot of y'all don't know shit about boxing, so boxers are gonna just keep collecting belts and checks and elevating their legacy in the process, man. And going home into their, they luxury life and shit, man. Silk sheets and promotions and all that shit, man. So yeah, let me see what y'all talking about. Okay. Oh shit. Few people woke. Shout out to people that sleep, man. In the Matrix said. Shout out to people that's woke. What up? What up, Hawk? My brother. What's going on, my friend? Y'all got smoked. I thought it would be closer. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Blazed. Big shout out to LeRon, man. Fast out. What's up, man? He says, Benavidez. Zyotech says, to me, Bivol shouldn't be fighting Benavidez at all until we get the trilogy. Would better be about the way. Oh, he said to be, basically trying to say to be fair. Okay, it's cool. I know David ain't ducking shit. Um, like I say, Bivol's still on my list, man. Cause I got a pound for pound list, and then I have a favorite fighter list. Like David Benavidez is number two, or with my favorite fighters, but my pound for pound list, he's not like number two pound for pound on my list. So it's kind of weird my list, but I just like his attitude, his spirit, man. He'll fuck you up, man, no matter who you are. You know what I mean, I like that shit. That being said, Canelo, while not scared to fight anyone, same as any professional fighter, but he definitely took all avenues other than Benavidez as that. So you just contradicted yourself, Zyotype? How's he not scared to fight anybody, but he just took all avenues except Benavidez? No, I'm sorry, man. Canelo gets no respect over here. Shout out to you. I could tell you're a Canelo fan, but nah, we don't do that Canelo shit over here, man. Canelo's a ducker, man. I've been saying that for years. You know, he's not all that to me. He's never been all that, and some people are starting to realize it. A lot of y'all been shitting on David Benavidez for being free smoke, man. Having a heart of a lion, man. And Canelo doesn't have a heart of a lion, man. He's the heart of a damn fairy. So it is what it is. Devin had the performance of the night to me. Yeah, man. No, I had to give it to David Benavidez, man. Oh yeah, then where's my manners? A plus also for Devin Haney. Only person I didn't give an A plus to was Abdullah Mason, who was, he was the only winner I didn't give an A plus. I gave his shit a C minus, bro. He got to work on some stuff, man. And I say that respectfully, man, because I'm a fan and I want him to do better. But that performance was not it for me. It just wasn't, man. Mm-mm. No, bro. I think because I know he's better than that. He's way better than that. Um, Man, he was getting cooked, bro. He was getting punished in there, man. But he got the victory though. But hey, I know a lot of y'all like that shit. Hey, who cares, man? You know, he got a brain bleed, but he won. Weird ass niggas, man. 115, 113 across the board. Which fight you talking about? Man, shout out to boxing guy, man. Big shout out to boxing god though, man. Long time supporter. Dula Mason was entertaining. It was entertaining fight. I'm not saying that it wasn't fight of the night or nothing like that. It definitely was fight of the night. I just thought Dula Mason would. I just expected better. That's just me. As a Brit, oh, you're Brit. He said, as a Brit, I was disappointed, but I do think Mason could have made fight easier for himself, relying on his athleticism and reach more. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I just felt like, that guy, no disrespect to him. He was a very strong, durable fighter, but he was straight up and down, no special effects, you know. And Abdullah Mason was kind of looking straight up and down, no special effects last night. I was like, man, what the fuck? This should not be a close fight, bro. Why are you? But it is what it is. Flame of Fame to Bill Haney, Devin the team for master game plan. Yeah, man, Flame of Fame to them. Flame of Fame, Team Haney. You know, it's crazy, man. They try to cook up an agenda, man. What Ryan's team did, try to cook up an agenda, man, to try to derail y'all from the success y'all was having, man. You know, and that's what it took. It took them really doing something illegal, doing something, you know, just dishonorable, just to be able to try to get on your level. It's crazy, bro. And a lot of people applaud that shit. And I simply tell you, if you're unsub, if you're one of these people that support that type shit. I don't support racists and I don't support dudes that gotta cheat to get an advantage, man. That was a very tough fight for both of them guys. Yeah, that was in June. Like, okay, yeah, so it's June. My bad. I really be keeping up with that nigga shit. They hate Devin so bad they can't judge a fight because they want him to fail. Jokes on them. One dude said he listened to Coach Malachi for months and bet with Norman and lost all his money. Damn. Casuals. That was expected from Devin. From David. Devin was disrespected, and they had him as the underdog until the public betted to you. That's crazy. Yeah, I heard that. I think they said Norman was a favorite or something. I just in the cut, just like, damn, man, it's crazy. Y'all motherfuckers are still. And I understand it wasn't like Norman didn't have a chance, but the level of disrespect of Haney is just it's beyond me, man. Because I could take all the dismiss all the emotions, all the tweets and people's you know whatever opinions and expert opinions on YouTube or whatever. I'm like, whatever, fuck all that. I could just look at the fighter, look at what they're doing, look at how they carry it, and know from experience. A lot of people just didn't even factor that in experience. You know, and but I've seen this time and time again where you got a guy who is a superior boxer, a pure boxer, versus a guy who has a devastating punch. And most of the fans always pick the guy with the devastating punch. And what I notice when that fight actually happens, it be the guy with the devastating punch that be getting hurt. He be getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh yeah, he gonna go go in there and knock him out. He gonna go in there and knock him out. Same guy that's supposed to get the knockout, they doing some Kaepernick shit. Like, man, get off your damn neck, knee and shit, nigga. Why you on your knee? Get up. Get your motherfucking ass up. So yeah, man. That's all I got for this one, man. Flame of fame to all the winners. David Benavidez with Dula Mason, Bam Bam Rodriguez, and Devin Haney, man. Pretty much the fighters that I expected to win. And man, those four fighters right there on the same card, um, it's great. Great for boxing. See, this is the type of shit that I was saying for years, man. And my team in the UDC, click that. Why don't you guys put a lot of these great fighters on the same card together to make it a more appealing event? We was having this debates, with these, weirdos, back in the day when we was just really trying to help PBC. We was just like, why don't y'all just put like Spence, Tank, Wilder, and a couple of these Colberts and little sprinkles of these prospect niggas on the card all together. You know, that way, it is a bigger event instead of these watered down ass fucking shits, and there be like one star or one guy that people want to come out and see. Stupidity. But Tucky Sheik has the resources. I guess when you talking about broke promotions and shit, niggas don't be having the funds for it. But whatever, man. It's a different era. Riyadh season, um, by way of Turkey Al Sheik and his sponsors and people that his powerful associates and shit, they are making things happen. They get it. You load the cards up, make it attractive, make people have to tune in. Be like, wait a minute, you got Benavidez and Haney, two of the most hated people in boxing. Oh, we definitely tuning in. You know, and you got motherfucker Dula Mason, rising superstar, and Bam Bam Rodriguez, top alphabet. Oh man, hell yeah. What the fuck? What time that shit start? I know it's in Riyadh, so what time? 'Cause I don't want to miss the shit. Time zone changes and shit. So intelligence versus illiteracy, ignorance. You know. So hopefully other promoters. As soon as I said promoter, I just thought about that hating ass shit Eddie Hearn and Conor Ben was doing, man. Y'all should be lighting them fools up. I know a lot of y'all have a soft spot for some reason for Eddie, but because I've given Eddie his credit. I think he's a hell of a promoter and all of that. But bro, this Conor Ben shit has been the downfall of Eddie for me. You know, with defending him as a PED cheat to now, like he was so congratulatory and complimentary of Devin Haney when he was fighting Cambosis, when he was pursuing the Tiafimo fight, and when Tiafimo Senior was talking about, give us 10 million, we'll fight Devin Haney tomorrow, and he was like, okay, you know. So I was shit like that, like I respect it, like, you know what I mean. You was pretty much like, okay, don't talk that shit, nigga. I'll put the contract on your face, nigga. Bob's watching. Shut that shit up, you know. But now with this Conor Ben shit, man, you know, and because I guess Devin Haney is not associated with you, now you acting like this man ain't one of them ones in the sport, you know. And then you want to act like this man didn't have a good performance, versus Brian Norman. When I'm pretty sure, like I didn't even see his prediction, but he's probably picking against Devin Haney. It's wild, man. So it just shows me something about Eddie Hearn's character. He's not working with you, and I guess we can't capitalize off you. Then he start hating on you. You know. Then he start making little sly comments in the interviews and shit. Like, man, sit your motherfucking ass back. Let Conor Ben hate you. Why are you throwing fuel? Why are you throwing gas on the fire? You know? Why you throwing extras? Why you gotta put your 2% on? Shut that shit up, man. Nobody wants to see this, This was boring. Shut your shit up, bro. You and Conor Ben, man. Ugh, bro. But anyway, some people gonna probably defend motherfucking Eddie Hearn with that weak ass shit, man. I just don't like haters, man. Sorry, y'all. I just don't like haters. That's why I stay in my lane. It's a lot of haters, man. Uh, Shout out to Dragonfly. Said Dev showed real skill. The clinching was even initiated by Dev most of the time. B Norm crashing into him, smothering his own punches. Yeah, Norman got cooked. But shout out to him, man. He had sportsmanship at the end of the fight, so I respect it. T.O. looks horrible once again. Turned down Norman and Haney. He needs this Shakur fight. Man, fuck T.O. T.O.'s a faggot. You know, he don't want no real smoke. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna still defend him too. Y'all gonna defend him too. You know. Mark, what's up, Mark? Shout out to Mark, man. Mark Nash in the building. Big salute, man. Hey, man. Hey, Mark. Your goddamn quotes be on point, bro. You know what I mean? Hey, keep doing that shit, man. There's a lot of times people need to hear stuff. You know, a word of encouragement or a powerful quote to get them through the day. Some of the shits be powerful as hell, niggas. I be seeing them sometimes. I be working, getting my bread. A lot of times I can't comment on all of them. But I be like, my nigga Mark Nash dropping gems, promotions, man. Boxing guy says David said he was going to do whatever he wanted to do and did. Absolutely. Absolutely. New sub here. I like this channel. Blessings. Shout out to the UK, man. I got quite a few UK subs. Vinny. Vinny Durant. Welcome aboard, man. We'll bounce back. Shit happens. Says Mark Nash. Shit happens, man. Shit happens. You know. But I respect you, Mark Nash. I respect Brian Norman Jr., Brian Norman Sr. Because at the end of the game, at the end of the match, it's all respect. You know, it's all professional. You know, and it's about sportsmanship, and they show that. You know, they gave the champ, they clapped it up for him when they announced Devin Haney won, and that's what I pay attention to because I understand that you got to do the promo and build up. I don't get distracted by that. I'll be concerned about the fight, the actual fight itself, and the result was the result. Devin Haney became new champ, but they gave him his respects, and only thing you can do is just learn from it, bounce back, grow from it, and you know. Make the best of the next opportunity. Hopefully, not get a couple losses in a row because then it's an issue. You know what I mean? But if you can bounce back, get a good win, good opponent, then you're straight. Vinny Durant says, "Funny how Ed pushed fighters in the deep like Brook, but is holding Boots back." Bro, I said the same shit. That's why you said, man. Great minds think alike. You know, so I said I don't understand this Boots in this shit because I know how Eddie roll, man. Eddie throws his fighters in the motherfucking flames, bro. So this little fucking I don't know, ballerina type shit he doing with Boots, man. It's disgusting work, man. Fucking disgusting. And a lot of us know Boots and Virgil Ortiz are not gonna fight next. You know what I mean? Who are we kidding here? You know. So however you slice it, Philly, we have a problem, man. Because it's just overhyping of nothingness that's taking place with the Boots career right now, man. Over 30 fights, you know. You know, you did one half good thing at welterweight, man. You unified. You know, you made a big deal about the Ring magazine when you fought Stanley Jonas, who was on a super long layoff, waiting on Virgil and shit. So it was just like, you know, it wasn't like you did nothing great at welterweight. You know, then you get to fucking 54 and need a tune-up. It's like, come on, we don't have time for this. That's what I don't like, little champ shit. Y'all throw parades for motherfuckers who get tune-up fights. You know what I mean? Philly, throw a parade once he actually wins the championship, like Super Bowl shit, like how Philadelphia Eagles did. This is not Super Bowl shit that Boots is doing, man. Super Bowl will be undisputed or win another belt, not beat Luis Malima Bean because it's not acceptable on a big champ level. So that much being said, man, um, flame of shame to Team Boots until further notice. Flame of shame to Eddie Hearn and cheating ass Conor Benn until further notice. And but on another note, flame and fame to all the greatest, the great performances. I gave the performance of the night to David Benavidez, A plus performance, man. Um, you're a hell of a fighter, man. A hell of a fighter. Not a hell of a boxer, a hell of a fighter. Literally. You know what I mean? And I got like I said before,
I've never seen anyone like David Benavidez who just dismantles boxers, all of them. You know, a real fucking, ruthless vato. As they call him. Who just dismantles boxers' faces, man. Hopefully Anthony Yard gets some ice, soup, and thermometer, man. And for the Haney haters, pull your skirt down, B. That's all I got for this one, man. Y'all stay positive. We on to the next Black Horseman.